It's movie time with John DeSando and his friends online. So everything is gonna be just fine. From the top down to the bottom. He's gonna let you know if you should stay home or if you should go. Might even yell if it's a spectacle. From San Francisco to Long Island. 'Cause nothing's better than a motion video.
It's Movie Time is produced and hosted by John DeSando. Listen to broadcast shows Fridays at 4:01 and 8:01 p.m. Read reviews and listen to shows online at WCBE.org.
I'm John
And I'm
DeSando,
Wayne Miller.
and this is It's Movie Time.
It sure is.
And this is the 1300th It's Movie Time show.
Is it really now?
And I think that we've had more, but my accounting is not like yours. So, but it does say in my book 1300.
Wow.
Well,
Hopefully
we
that's not bad luck.
But anyway, so it's our anniversary.
It is.
And,
Well,
can you find a movie that would be fitting?
oh yeah, and especially as we battle our own demons and fascists.
The movie is called Anniversary,
Yes,
and it stars Diane Lane
yes.
and Kyle
Chandler.
Kyle
Yes.
Chandler, two very handsome
Very
middle-aged
good.
actor.
Yes, and of course Kyle Chandler. People remember him as the coach in the TV series Friday Night Lights, and a very good actor. And Diane Lane. The thing that I really, in fact, I happened to see it last night. The miniseries Lonesome Dove. That that came out about like 25, 27 years ago.
She always plays that luscious middle-aged woman.
Yeah, and this one, and of course, in
She's not, yeah.
Lonesome Dove, she was like a 20-year-old prostitute. But John, this movie was not what I expected from watching the trailers, because I thought it's going to be in the vein of something like Single White Female or The Hand That Rocks the Cradle.
Okay.
A female that comes in and is evil and sinister, and I thought it would be more of that type of thriller movie. And I know in our podcast, Back Talk, that we'll talk some more, but I've got a couple of ones that might be singers you might not have thought about to compare to.
But it's a political movie. It
Yes.
almost could be considered a satire if it weren't so on point.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
But it is, and we loved Civil War. Yeah,
Civil
a few
War.
years ago.
But also another one that we recently, within the past couple of months, reviewed, One Battle After Another.
Let's talk about those later on.
Yes.
But right now, what's going on?
It's a high-achieving family celebrating their 25th anniversary. And this is what's interesting. The movie spans 5 years, and kind of an event each year leading up to the climatic 30th anniversary. And but it's a family. She's Diane Lane's character Ellen is this poli-sci prof that you just kept screaming out loud whenever she said she taught at Georgetown, your alma mater. And he's has a restaurant.
Yeah, he's a chef and a restaurateur.
Yes, yes.
Obviously doing well enough to put all these kids in Ivy colleges.
I know they got 4 kids. The oldest, a girl named Anna, and we'll talk more about the kids, and then Cynthia. But Josh, who brings his girlfriend to the 25th anniversry.
Isn't that
Liz.
sweet? That's so nice.
That she could meet the family.
Now this is a Thanksgiving movie. And we'll look at a few more later on, but basically the timing is really good.
Around the holidays.
Yeah.
When families get together, and it's usually on holidays or events like anniversary where sometimes tension arises, with, and boy, it doesn't. And what's really interesting, Liz is a former student of Ellen's, and really felt though that Ellen, who's more left-leaning, really treated her with disrespect in the classroom.
Yeah, hard to tell. Do we get that sequence in the classroom or not?
No, there are some flashbacks, but not.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, because here with a movie spanning 5 years, and particularly how two of the kids began to look very, very different. Like Josh, who's real scruffy at the beginning when he brings his
This is
girlfriend.
Dave Franco, right? No,
No.
I'm thinking of a different movie regarding you.
Okay, but anyhow, he was real scruffy, but then he kind of cleans up and kind of looks like a little well-groomed neo-Nazi after when he marries Liz.
Dylan O'Brien, I think, is the actor. Josh Taylor.
Yeah, but also Anna, the oldest daughter, really kind of changes in looks as she goes on the lam because she's a lesbian stand-up shock comic, and she's attacked on stage, which kind of reminded me of the movie, in a way, Cabaret, where the neo-Nazis beat up the owner of the cabaret in the movie. Anyhow, but so we see this tug of war, particularly because Ellen's family has been invaded, basically, by Liz, especially as Liz kind of takes over Josh.
You know, Liz is obviously right-leaning. She has a book that changes, called The Change.
Yes.
And it's questionable in the sense that, while it's a doorstopper, that also it is supported by a Heritage Foundation type of group called the Cumberland.
Exactly, and of course the Heritage Foundation, the infamous authors of Project 2025, which is turning out to be a blueprint for our latest presidential administration.
And you're right. So regardless of how scholarly it is, and you can imagine that Ellen rolls her eyes in her head to think that this woman is going to be presenting a lecture at Georgetown.
Yes.
Which is her bailiwick.
Well, and then as the years go by, not to give a lot away, but Liz becomes kind of a rising star at Georgetown.
Oh, she does, yeah.
Whereas Ellen, not so much, but an early scene there at the as Ellen recognizes her, and Liz is just as sweet as can be, and whatever, and you know that she's a wolf in sheep's clothing. And as she's leaving, she says, I have a gift for you. It's an advance copy of this book of hers, which is totally brings up stuff that Ellen criticized her about in the classroom.
Yes.
You know, and Ellen, of course, just thinks it's really strange.
Yeah.
But being strange is the least of it as the movie goes on.
And the only thing I can think of comparable would be the MAGA movement. Which is sucking in people like a vacuum cleaner.
Right.
And this one, well, again, I question its weight, not the physical weight of the book itself, but the intellectual weight of it.
But from such a young person.
Yeah.
But in a way, now what's interesting, John, this movie was made in the mid 2023.
Yes.
That's when it was made.
Before Trump.
Before
second Trump.
Trump 2.0, that, which where people were thinking, oh, he doesn't have a chance of getting it again or whatever.
Right.
I wonder if the movie had been released prior to last November's 2024 election, presidential election, if it would have had any type of possible bearing as a forewarning of what may be coming, but
I doubt it. I don't have that much faith in my fellow Americans when it comes to sifting through all of this stuff. And let me make a comment too. I mean, everybody knows that NPR has a bit of a left leaning to it.
Oh yeah.
And we, on It's Movie Time, try to make sure that we're on an even keel. We try not to profess what would be obvious to many, a little bit of a left lean on our side.
Yes.
But that is something we do not lean into at all here. We try to present it, and I think, like Alex Garland's Civil War, this one attempts to be a bit even keel, even though once you get toward the ending, it's very...
Yeah. And what's interesting in Civil War, sometimes you don't know who really are the bad guys or good guys in a fascist type of way. And that's where I was kind of thinking, it's possibly somewhat low-key, kind of like what the fascist regime in a way that in the movie One Battle After Another.
Yes,
you know, that which really did have some comic moments in
Yeah,
it too.
yeah. And this certainly this film, which we're talking about now, Anniversary, as it moves toward an autocratic ending,
Right.
you know, it becomes clear well, at least it becomes clear who the good guys and who the bad guys are.
Right.
That on the way there, it's not always true. Like any family, it's chaotic and it's uneven.
Yes.
You know, you're not gonna split that table right down in the middle.
Yeah.
But there's leaning.
Yeah. Oh, as we know, both of our families, you know, we've talked about that and how some believe one way, some believe another way. But what's kind of interesting, I think, Josh, the only son, but also a failed novelist, was the least the least motivated, it seemed like, compared to his three sisters, you know. Cynthia's a lawyer, Anna as a well-known comic comedian, but also the youngest daughter who fascinated me, Birdie.
Yes.
What a name for a kid who was really shy and quiet, but also she was kind of a brilliant scientist and working on environmental whatever.
All right, Wayne Miller,
Yes.
the movie is Anniversary.
Yes.
And it comes at a time when there's family celebrations such as at Thanksgiving, and one of our 3 or 4 years is a Thanksgiving dinner. What do you recommend for a family at this family time?
Well, as far as this movie,
Yeah,
going to see
Anniversary.
it really, really makes you think. And like a lot of times I say, it's not for everybody, and I can think of some people who would really, in some ways, think it's far-fetched or whatever, and
Certainly not friends of ours.
but it's not for everybody, but if you want to be both entertained and see two really good, a lot of good acting in this, it really makes you think. I would recommend it.
Yeah, and
It's not a feel-good movie, though. It's not going
it's one that I think is very well suited to teens and up in the family. And I believe that it will spark debate and controversy, the very kind of thing movies are intended to do.
Exactly. And go out, wave our flag while we can until it's changed like it was.
It's movie time with John DeSando and his friends online. So everything is gonna be just fine. From the top down to the bottom. He's gonna let you know if you should stay home or if you should go. Might even yell if it's a spectacle.